So for context, the other day I posted my first like real TikTok. I was like, oh, I'm going to give this app a shot. And that app is just crazy, let me tell you.
Why?
Well, just because it reaches, like, you post something and it reaches so many people. And of course here on YouTube, I feel like there's, you know, I could be completely wrong, but I feel like on YouTube, there's like more of a community of people who kind of know about the basics of van life and stuff. And I posted on TikTok, and then all these people are asking me all of these questions that I think that we've kind of covered before, just like in passing, but we've never really sat down to talk about, you know, these common van life questions that people frequently ask. So the first question that people ask us is, how do we shower?
In a shower.
Yeah, but where do we shower? We don't have a shower in our van build, so where do we shower?
Well, gyms, like is my buddy. We go to the gym and we'll use the facilities of the gym, and even if we're not using the facilities of the gym, we use their showers. So we pay for a gym membership, and that's how we shower. When it's warmer out, we do have a camp shower that we use. That's now stored under the bed because it's way too cold to be using it because we live in Canada. We have a camp shower for when it's warm out. There are different facilities that you can use. Pools. Some places have outdoor showers, again, when it's nice out. Also when there's not a global pandemic happening. There's a wide range of places that you can shower, but the majority of the time it is at a gym.
Yeah, for us, we go to Anytime Fitness, so they're open 24/7, so that's really awesome, and you can kind of just go in and work out and use their shower. I kind of like the idea of a gym membership just because when you get there, you kind of feel like you need to work out too.
Yeah.
So this answer was kind of different when we were traveling through BC, because on the island where we were before, there were very few and far between Anytime Fitnesses, and in the US, Planet Fitness is a really great option because the membership fee is very cheap and they're in basically every state all over the place. But here we didn't have that type of option, which is actually why we had to leave Vancouver Island. Because of the state of the world, a lot of the gym showers were closed. But here where we're living now in Kelowna, they're not. Truck stops will also have showers too, and a lot of these are posted on iOverlander if you get the app. We'll be talking about that really soon when we talk about where we park for the night. So more on the app later, but you can find showers on that as well. The next question that we've been getting is, where do you go to the bathroom?
So on the floor. We have a toilet. We have a little toilet in here. It's just like a little dometic toilet that you can get. We don't use it for number twos, only number ones. I usually use our emergency pee bottle. You know, if we're, you know, you want some time to use a bathroom and relax for a bit, those gym memberships definitely come in handy. So
yeah, so there's the gym. Also, like, something that I sometimes ask people too, because, you know, we are just working and living. I ask sometimes people, like, where do you go to the bathroom? I don't know. You don't always go in your house. So imagine when you go shopping, or when you go on a hike, or when you go to work, where are you going to the bathroom? Because we go to the bathroom in all of those same places, except obviously when we have to pee, we have, and we've talked about it in our Van Life Essentials video, we have an emergency pee bottle, and then we also have a little Dometic porta potty that I use because I have to pee a lot more than Nick. I don't know, I'm a girl, some people just have that. And then to dispose of the black water, you just go to a sandy dump. So some people do have like self-composting toilets, and there are other toilet options for van life. You don't have to do it the way that we do it, but we were on a budget build, which again, we'll talk about soon. And we're in an ambulance, so we don't have as much space as some people do in like their long sprinters or in bus builds or whatever. But yeah, some van lifers have full bathrooms, black water tanks underneath the vehicle, like an RV, and then you go to a sandy dump to get rid of that.
It seems like kind of an odd question to just ask people, like, hey, where do you...
It is kind of a weird thing that people ask that, but
I think about it.
I think that a lot of people just don't really think about it, because they're like, oh, I go in my house, but you don't always go in your house.
We don't often spend a lot of time in here. We'll make meals in here. We sleep in here. Now that it's colder, we do kind of hang out in here a little bit more, but like... with the weather being a little nicer, and even when the weather wasn't nice, we're outside, like, pretty much all the time.
Yeah, so. Going on hikes, going to beaches, and doing that kind of stuff, yeah. So I've said this before, but this really depends on whether we're living how we are right now, which is like living and working in the city, versus when we're traveling through, like when we were going to more off-grid locations. So when we're going to like off-grid spots, or, you know, when we were just kind of exploring Vancouver Island, trying to find cool hikes and kind of making our way up Vancouver Island, we would always try to find like cool spots, you know, because it's fun to do that, and you get to kind of be away from people. And it's one of the reasons why we wanted to do van life in the first place, is to be able to, you know, stay in really beautiful spots and stuff. And we were definitely doing that. We use mostly iOverlander and freecampsites.net to find a lot of those places. Usually it will take you up like old logging roads, mostly old logging roads here in BC. But yeah, in Canada, you can stay on Crown land for a night or two. And in the US, you can stay on public land as well. And yeah, it's just a matter of finding those spots. So basically, iOverlander and freecampsites.net have been our best friends. You can see on that app free campsites, but you can also see on that app campsites that you have to pay for, like RV parks. People will list shower spots, laundromats and stuff. So it's a really great app to have if you are starting van life. But like I said, this answer does change when we're just living and working in the city. So basically, when we're in a city, you can use iOverlander, but you don't really have to. You just need to find spots that don't have no overnight parking signs, basically.
Whenever we can, we really try to not park in front of people's houses, because you never know if they're going to have friends over or they need that spot for whatever reason. Even though it is technically public parking, it's just kind of like frowned upon, kind of rude, I think. If we do have to park in a residential neighborhood, when we do get there, it's lights out, we're super quiet. Typically we already have our dinner ready, so we'll just kind of eat, we'll quietly watch like Jeopardy or something. It's usually in an area near apartments or where there's not a lot of people parked, so there's plenty of space around us. And then usually it's one night that we're there, definitely never 2 nights in a row, but if we're in the city, sometimes we'll go back like a week later, maybe. But we try to just kind of switch it up whenever we can.
The reason that we like apartment building areas is that you can't really identify whose vehicle is whose. It's less personal. And yeah, we get there late at night and then we're out early in the morning.
Where does anybody do laundry? Either you are privileged enough to own a washing machine and dryer and you've never rented a place in, say, Vancouver before.
Yeah, I mean, literally none of the places I've rented, well, that's not true. Not literally none of the places, but so many of the places that I've rented in Vancouver and Toronto didn't have laundry in them either.
Yeah, you just laundromat. That's what they're there for, you know?
It's really not that different from all of our rental properties ever, where we always had to go to a laundromat or use coin laundry in the building anyway.
It's actually more convenient because we can park our house out front of the laundromat, so we don't have to like hike our laundry a super long way or take a bus or anything. If there's not a laundromat nearby, say you're renting a place, sometimes you have to do that.
That's actually a really good point, because I used to have to do that and I totally forgot about that. But yeah, when I used to live in an apartment, I would have to bring all of my laundry down the road, and like I got a wheelie thing that I could bring it with. But yeah, for us, like it's just we pull up to the laundromat and then we have all our laundry, take it in, and we bring it in and just put it away right away.
Yeah, and then
super easy.
It's cool too because you don't have to, when you're waiting for your laundry, you just come into your house and you can chill.
Yeah, that's true. Like you don't have to like sit at the laundromat.
Yeah, it'd be like having the convenience of like living above a laundromat, except for we live all over the place, so we can live outside of the laundromat for an hour or two.
Yeah, we live everywhere, so yeah, it's fine. The last question that we get asked a lot by not only on TikTok or on YouTube, but in real life, is how much did it cost? And we actually did a whole video on this, but to put it super short for you, if you are just wondering the numbers and you don't care about how much every single detail costs, it cost $6,000 for the ambulance, and then we spent about $6,000 on the build. So $12,000 altogether for the whole thing, and then obviously the fruits of our labor for 2 months in the summer to build it full time. We quit our jobs to be able to do that. So, and then another one that we've been kind of asked again is, where can you get an old ambulance? And we did do a whole video on ambulance pros and cons for building. Like if you're considering an ambulance for van life, we did a video on that. But we just bought it off of a guy who bought it from an auction. So you can either go straight to an auction or buy it from a
Probably
reseller.
save
like
some
that,
money
too. Yeah.
going straight to an auction,
Yeah.
but I don't know how difficult those things are to bid on.
One more question too that some people ask from Canada is, was it hard to insure? Because here in Ontario, people will say, I'm having difficulty finding anyone that would insure self-conversion. So here in BC where we live, we don't have an option for who we go to for insurance. We have one mandatory insurance company here called ICBC. Whether you like them or not, you have to go to them. You have to have ICBC insurance here. And so we went with them and they insured this as a motorhome after the completion.
Got it inspected and insured it as an RV.
And if you watch our vlogs and our van build, you would see that whole process as well. But yeah, hopefully that answers some of those questions for you. If you have any more, then just ask them in the comments below. I think that those are the most common ones. And yeah, you're always welcome to ask us questions. Sometimes people have really good ones that are like more obscure that I didn't really think of before.
Yeah.
But yeah, those ones are like the easy ones to answer, I think.
Yeah. Covers most people's curiosities.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys watching us, and it means a lot. So, thank you, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.
Bye.